Oh, welcome back to the Matrix. And it's the Matrix. You are the Matrix. How's it feel, Neo? And today we got ourselves a banger. Daily market news analysis. What is up? What is up? How's everyone feeling out of 10? Let me know down in the comments down below. Make sure you guys are spamming that like button, hitting that share, so other people can spam the like button and hit the share. As of the time recording, it is August 27th, 2025. And what we can see is Bitcoin's having a nice little bounce off of the bottom of the range. We talked about this a little bit. Essentially, all of this over here, all of this from all the way back from December of 2024, all the way until, July of 2025. This is all one giant range that we're sitting on top of. So this idea that Bitcoin is just going to rip right through this, I think is a fallacy. There's a lot of support over here. I don't think it's going to happen. I also don't think that Bitcoin is the play. We've talked about this a lot. Essentially, Bitcoin is at proper value, in my opinion. What we are seeing consistently is Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin to a significant margin, and that is a major domino to fall. Also, too, Bitcoin Dominance absolutely just falling off a cliff. This is, we've been in a downtrend since June 25th. So lower lows, lower highs, perpetually for the last 63 days. This is major. This is a major milestone. We can see we have not quite, but it looks like tomorrow we're officially going to get that cross to the downside. And of course, what am I talking about? Getting the blue moving average on top, 200 moving average, then the 100 moving average, then the 50 moving average, then the 20 moving average. That is a full-on bear market posture. And right now, it looks like perhaps tomorrow that's going to happen. People are really, in my opinion, they are all up in the Kool-Aid and they have the wrong flavor. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean, by the way, Crow is just ripping, by the way. What I mean by that is Ethereum technically is still up 4%, but it was down 7% yesterday, up 4% on the week. Getting lost in the sauce on the moves, the micro moves on the day-to-day, hour by hour, and getting lost in the sauce of, on the top is Bitcoin. On the bottom is Ethereum, okay? And we have the same dates circled here. Let's get this all lined up for you guys. What do we see? Bitcoin is ranging, same price, backtesting the prior range. 3 different times we've been at this price. The first time Ethereum was at 3,000. The second time it was at 3,500. And today Ethereum is at 4,538. It's up 50% since the first time it touched it back in July 25th, a month and 2 days ago. It is up 50%. That is 8 years of stock market gains. That's like going to work. And people are freaking out. They're all up in the Kool-Aid, that got their hands in the Kool-Aid, and they have the wrong flavor. They do not understand. I'm seeing lots of nonsense, in my opinion, of like, once again, trying to time the market. And, just retail just thinks that they are so smart and that they're going to time the market and outsmart the market. And, let me be clear. Like, I believe that we're going to have a correction in September, the 18th, 19th, right? That's what I think is going to happen. This is what I'm seeing, though. I'm seeing people being like, oh, I'm going to sell now, and then I'm going to buy back later in September and get a lower price. No, you're not. That's not happening. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not doing that. You know why? Because there's a strong likelihood that Ethereum is at an all-time high. Here's what I think is going to happen between now and the 18th. I think that Ethereum is going to make a new all-time high, 5,200, 5,800, somewhere in that range. Call it 5,500, right? Up 20%. going up there, 5,500. And then, yeah, we're going to have a 10-20% correction and back test the prior range just like Bitcoin is doing right now. It's still going to be a higher price. This idea of making moves based off of time, I think I've seen retail do this, and I've never seen retail be successful at this. In fact, I would argue, here's what's really going to happen, right? By the way, here's what's going to happen. Those people that are outsmarting the market, they're going to sell now, and they're going to buy later at a better price, right? But what actually is going to happen is they're going to sell. Ethereum's going to make a new all-time high. They're going to FOMO back in, right? And then Ethereum's going to drop 10-20%, and they're going to sell at a loss. So it's like they're going to time the market, but they're going to time the market in a way that to lose the most amount of money possible. That's my experience. And that's where Ethereum's at. And in my opinion, let's do one thing real quick. I want to try to turn off the noise a bit if we can. So in the middle, I almost think we should do. All right, on the top, we're going to put Bitcoin. What I've been talking about a lot is Bitcoin is a beat or two ahead of Ethereum. Like, check. Literally, mathematically confirmed, right? Let's get, here we go. Bitcoin is ahead of a beat or two ahead of Ethereum, and Ethereum, in my opinion, is a beat or two ahead of others, right? Again, the rotation of capital. We've talked about this a lot. I've been talking about this for months, by the way, if not years. So let's do it like this. Let me try to set this up for you guys here. On the top is Bitcoin. And when we zoom in, actually, let's go on the 5-hour chart. Let's do the 5-hour. And let's do the 5-hour. And let's do the 5-hour. Okay. Every chart's on the 5-hour. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So, what do we see here? And I'm going to like literally show this by the date too, that we can see that what I'm saying is literally true by the numbers. So they all go in this markdown, 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 right? Bitcoin goes into markdown, call it a micro bear market. Ethereum goes into markdown. Others goes into markdown. They go into accumulation. They go into accumulation. They go into accumulation. What we can see is like others has still basically been in accumulation, right? But the first one to sort of pop out of there and start chopping, that was phase one, was Bitcoin. Okay, now I'm scrolling on the top, and you can see the numbers scrolling in the middle. Ethereum is still accumulating as Bitcoin has already broke trend. And others is still accumulating as Bitcoin is already broke trend, right? Okay, we continue to range, and then boom. Bitcoin goes another leg higher, and then chops again. This is at the retrace. So this is the 702 retrace for Bitcoin. And then the first one that happens, again, 1 or 2 beats behind. We can see I'm scrolling here. This is May. Others is still deep in accumulation. Ethereum has now broken trend. Okay. So chopping here at the 702. And then boom. Now Bitcoin gets into chopping at the all-time high, as Ethereum is chopping at the previous one, which was the retrace, the 618. Ethereum's chopping at the retrace. Bitcoin is chopping at the all-time high. Okay. Now others has finally broke trend. Is everybody with me? And then Bitcoin breaks above, goes into price discovery. Boom. That to me, right now, we can see Ethereum is basically chopping at the all-time high phase, just like Bitcoin was. Okay. The next thing for Ethereum is breaking into price discovery and chopping. And then the next thing for others is breaking to the 702 Fibonacci retrace and chopping. Okay. So in my opinion, like, you know, does it smell a little bit different? Does it look a little bit different? Maybe is the timing a little bit? Sure. But structurally, literally nothing is different. what we're seeing is the money flow from fiat into Bitcoin into large caps. That's what's happening. That's what's continued to happen. That's what's going to happen. So when we go to our little handy dandy notebook, we go to our cheat sheet over here. That's what we can see. Where are you? Where are you? In my opinion, we are about to transition. Like, Ethereum is now chopping at the all-time high, just like Bitcoin was. And it's about to go into price discovery, and then large caps are going to do the same thing. So in my opinion, Ethereum between now and September is going to be, Bitcoin's just going to be flat, continue. Like, maybe it goes to 138. We're talking about a 20% move. Maybe. But then the Ethereum is going to go into price discovery between now and in the middle of September. And then, yeah, maybe is it going to have a 10% backtest, 20% backtest? Yes. But guess what? It's going to be higher than it is today. Okay? This idea that you're going to time the market, I'm going to sell it now. I'm going to wait for the bottom, scoop in like a sniper, and boom. I just outsmarted everybody. Good luck. I've never seen it work for retail ever. In my opinion, the next thing is others making that first big move to the 702 retrace, just like Bitcoin did first. Then Ethereum did literally last month. And now I think the next phase is for others, aka large caps, to do the same. And that would be about a, let me see what the exact number is. I think it's $400 billion market cap, $380 billion market cap, I believe. Let me see. So there you go. I already have it circled. There you go. And you might be like, oh, he's got it there. Here we go. So I think between now and then, that's what's going to happen. Others is going to catch up to the 702 Fibonacci retrace, just like Bitcoin did. It's going to probably chop for a little bit before testing. It's going to be the same thing, by the way. It's going to struggle to get a new all-time high, just like Bitcoin did, just like Ethereum did. Others is going to do the same thing. Like, I wish it wasn't this simple. You would not need me every day. And I know that there is a lot of noise in this space, so maybe you do. But that's my thoughts on where we're at in the market. People are very quickly getting caught up in all of the noise and missing the point, right? So right now, in my opinion, now is not the time to be shaken from your bags. Absolutely the worst possible time. And with that, let's get into your guys' questions, comments, concerns. Let's take a look at, we'll look at YouTube first, and then we'll look at the TikTok comments. Sup, Ski. New targets changed? No. Near targets changed. No, my near targets are 3 to 5x. Yeah, Web Bitcoin, no targets have changed. Sup, Ski, what's your price prediction for DeFi coin ALCX? Price targets for VeChain still 20, 40, 60 cents. Low, medium, high. Let's look at TikTok. Ski, when others moon ETH. My idol, Ski. I don't want to be anybody's idol. Too much liquidity there just to leave it. What are you talking about, bro? Bitcoin will drop to 104. Okay, sure. Like, I don't care about Bitcoin anymore. You know what I mean? Like, Bitcoin's already done the move. Bitcoin did the move that I was talking about since 2022. Like, sure. It's irrelevant. Like, Bitcoin is no longer the play. Yeah, he says, who cares? What do you think about Grayscale's Doge ETF? It's hilarious to me, and not so much. It's hilarious to me, and not so much that Grayscale is doing it. It's hilarious to me that who remembers like 2 months ago this idea, this perpetual narrative. This is what you need to remember, what the dumb narratives are of why everything is down, right? What is my point of what I'm saying? Who remembers 2 months ago, a month ago, so much nonsense of Institutions are not buying meme coins, Ski. They're not buying altcoins. Nonsense. What does Dogecoin do? What does Dogecoin do? Let me know. Has Dogecoin ever attempted to be anything ever other than a meme? Let me know. Grayscale's buying or getting a Dogecoin ETF. It's nonsense. Like, you need to remember the narratives that are being perpetuated to you. You need to remember it. Because it is nonsense. Nonsense. I'm not saying the Dogecoin ETF is nonsense. I'm saying the narratives that was being perpetuated to you 2 months ago to shake you from your bags was absolute nonsense. The institutions aren't going to be buying meme coins, Ski. I'm outsmarting them all. No, wrong. Wrong. Totally agree on your ETH comments. Did the same thing last 2 cycles. I agree, Crypto Cuban. It's the same. No lunar eclipse dip. Yeah, we're going to have a lunar eclipse dip. Can we do the same with Solana? Bitcoin is bearish or bullish. Listen, I don't care about Bitcoin anymore. Other than, like, I'm holding it for 10 years. Other than that, like, Bitcoin's going to do another 20% from here. Sure. I am neutral on Bitcoin. I am telling you right now, do not pay attention. And listen, there has not been a creator that has paid more attention to Bitcoin than me. There has not been. Okay? People used to get pissed at me at how much I would chart Bitcoin. Okay? Why? Because I understand how the game is played. All right? I'm going to show you the cheat sheet one more time. Bitcoin is absolutely irrelevant at this point. Other than it, the only thing that is relevant for Bitcoin is if the 200 moving average, this blue line, if this gets on top of all of the moving averages, that's something to factor in. Other than that, I could care less what Bitcoin does at this point. Bitcoin has done everything that I've talked about since 2022. Okay? All right, so let's go back. Why have I, over the course of my content career, spent so much time talking about Bitcoin? Because I understand that this is the cryptocurrency roller coaster ride. From fiat to Bitcoin is the longest part of the crypto season. If you're riding a roller coaster, this is just like when you ride a roller coaster in real life. This is the longest part of the ride. From dollars into Bitcoin is the longest part of the ride. Once we go over the hump and we start going into Ethereum, which, by the way, is happening, Ethereum today is significantly outperforming Bitcoin. Over the last month, Bitcoin is at the same price. Ethereum is up 50%. I don't care what Bitcoin does outside of it going into a full-on bear market, which is like 85K. All right? If Bitcoin goes to 80K, sure. Other than that, I do not give two Fs about what Bitcoin does. Because Bitcoin has already done the moves which I've been talking about since 2022 when it was at 16K. Like, it might go to 138. Like, we're talking about 20%. Just put your money in the S&P. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about Bitcoin other than a savings account for 5 years, 10 years. That's the only part about Bitcoin that I care about. And there has not been a channel that has covered Bitcoin more closely than me. Now, people, this whole entire time, it's crazy to me. This entire time, when I've been saying we need to pay attention to Bitcoin, we need to pay attention to Bitcoin. I don't care about altcoins. Now it's flipped. Now everyone's like paying attention to Bitcoin and not paying attention to altcoins. It's insane to me how quickly things shift on a dime. Anyways, says nonsense. Exactly. You tell him, Ski. Can you do TA on useless? How's the LCX looking? LCX is looking really good. Thank you for the $1.99 donation, brother. Bitcoin Cash. I think Bitcoin Cash is, I would put that in the others category, large caps. That's going to perform really well from here. Oasis and render targets, 10, 20, 30 for render. Oasis is 15 cents, 38 cents, 88 cents. Thank you for the $1.99 donation, brother. They can shake. I own Spell Token, proud owner of Spell Token. Subski, is Bitcoin going to go near 90s, retrace back to all-time high? I don't think so. I think Bitcoin's going to just chop. All right, let's call a range 105. Everyone's like, oh, 104, we got to grab it. Sure, whatever. Like, it's irrelevant to me. The difference between 108 and 105, I don't care. So I think Bitcoin will range between 125 and, I said 110. Okay, sure, 105. It's irrelevant. Like potato, we're splitting hairs. The important thing is where the altcoins are finally at. What would be the price of the ICP at the 702? $40. Hello, good evening. I love the next comment. Bitcoin's going to 90K. You think Dogecoin starts running when ETH breaks all-time high? Yes, I do. Focus is put on Bitcoin because the MM has moved to ETH. What do you mean by that? What do you think alts will go up September? I think from today until September 17th, Ethereum will make a new all-time high, and then we will back test the range. Is there going to be a crash in September? Sure. But I think it's going to be a higher low, higher than what we are today. All right. Let's go read some of these TikTok comments. I need some water, man. Where are we on for Bitcoin Dominance? Bitcoin Dominance is officially in a bear market. What's the ticker for others? It's literally others. Others, you could literally type in others and it'll come up. So others is just a basket of coins. It's all the market caps combined from okay, let's do it like this. Let's explain what others is. So if you go to CoinMarketCap and you scroll down to number 11, so Chainlink. From Chainlink on, it's all of them combined and put into one basket. That's what others is. And most of the time when people are talking about altcoins, they're really talking about others. And so I think it's an important distinction to make of, to how to properly assess where we're at. Turn the chapter to page 72. This will be on your report card. Do you see alt season starting in October? Alt season has started. Euphoria starts in October. Listen, let me show you what alt season, the start of alt season is. You ready? The question was, do I think alt season starts in October? Answer, daily double. Shout out to Alex. And not Costa. Shout out to him too. All right. Let me show you what alt season, the start of alt season looks like. What is alt season, by the way? Alt season is when altcoins outperform Bitcoin. Okay. So the question is, does alt season start in October? This is what alt season looks like, the start of alt season. What do you see here? So I have the same date circled. Bitcoin is at the same price all three of these times, within margin. Ethereum is significantly 50% higher from the start. It was at 3,000. Today it's at 4,500. That is what the start of alt season looks like. It doesn't feel like we're deep in it yet, But that's what the start of alt season. So if you're asking me when does it start, it has started. Check. We have started today. Now, when does it get euphoric? I think October, November. Yes. Below 4K or push all-time high. Push to all-time high. And what platform you operate? Excuses, teacher. Oh, I don't know what you're asking me, bro. Do you see altcoins? Subski. Is Bitcoin going near 90s, then retraced back to all-time high? Again, verily, verily, I say unto you, Bitcoin is irrelevant from here. Okay? Bitcoin is irrelevant from here. Why is Bitcoin irrelevant from here? Because of this right here. Ethereum is up 50%. Now, not actually is Bitcoin irrelevant. I still save my money in Bitcoin. But what I'm saying to you, my upside target is 138,000. That is a 20% move. Since Bitcoin was at 16K, my first major target was $118,000. I don't care what Bitcoin does outside of it going into a full-fledged bear market. If it does that, then I care. Other than that, I do not care. Here's what I think is going to happen. Bitcoin's going to range. And Ethereum is going to make an all-time high. And then others is going to do the exact same thing that Ethereum did. It's going to struggle at the 702, get rejected. It's going to chop at the 702, rejected. And then it's going to go to the double top like Ethereum is at right now, struggling at the all-time high, rejection, just like Ethereum is right now. And then others is going to go into price discovery like Ethereum would have already done, like Bitcoin is presently right now. So listen, I do not care about Bitcoin anymore, other than, you know, obviously it's my 20-year hold. I save my money, all that. But as far as like, does it matter what Bitcoin does at this point? No, it doesn't, because it's already done everything it needs to do for the stipulation for altcoins to do their thing. Price prediction for Sol, Link, Sui. Solana is 425.10, 600. What those Solnics do. Solnic is deep in Wyckoff accumulation. That is my number one 100x play, period. Only meme institutions are buying is Pingu. That's cap. They've already filed for a Dogecoin ETF. How confident are you Ethereum reach 12K? At some point, yeah. This cycle, I would give it a 20% chance. I think high probability for 7,200. High probability for 7,200. I don't know, 25% chance, 20% chance for 12K. Again, like once Ethereum gets to 7,200, I don't care about Ethereum either. It's irrelevant to me what Ethereum does after it gets to 7,200. Just like it's the same number. It's the same structural spot. When Bitcoin was at, 16K, the first major milestone that I had was 118,000. Now that we're here, it's irrelevant what Bitcoin does. When Ethereum gets to 7,200, I don't care about Ethereum anymore. It's irrelevant what Ethereum does outside of going into a full-on fledged bear market. So can it go to 70? Can it go to 12K? Like, sure. Like, can Bitcoin go to 207,000? Sure. But that's, I don't care. Like, that, like all this time, it's crazy. I've been doing this a long time. Everyone has cared so much about all the other altcoins. And now that we're finally here, and then now it's the moment to care about all the other altcoins. Now everyone cares about Bitcoin. It's insane to me how quickly things change. If Bitcoin dumped to 70K for some reason, it would definitely affect altcoins. Okay, sure. The real bright guy. I agree. What is the something that's going to cause that? Please enlighten us. Enlighten us. What's the something? Enlighten me, please. Do you understand at 98K? What was this? Do you remember what the narrative was? What was the thing that was going on right here? 98K. Oh yeah, World War III. Like actually, World War III. That was the narrative. Israel. What is worse than that? Like if not then when? If not then when? After like being super hot, global recession, tariff wars could only get us to 74. And that was in a different phase of the market when Bitcoin was red hot, was previously just at 50K. Got red hot, goes to 109. It could only, with global recession, get to 74. We have reversed that. And then what happened? Like World War III only got us to 98K. What would it take? Please enlighten me. What is worse than World War III? Because I've been to war. There's nothing worse. It doesn't exist. It does not exist. Thank you for the $1.99 donation, brother. Ski, 2 question. Please, where do you buy Solnic? You can buy Solnic on Phantom Wallet, Soulflare Wallet, Seto X. You can buy it on Coinbase Wallet, Crypto.com Wallet. The easiest way, in my opinion, is to buy Solana on Phantom. Swap it directly on there. Thank you for the $9.99 donation, brother. I have 20K and need to buy a house. Would you dump it in VeChain or Solnic? I like both of those. Solnic is my number one 100x play. VeChain is my number one blue chip play. I like them both. Thank you for the $2.79 donation. Can we see 80 cents XTC this run? Yes, that is plausible. Not likely. So my target is 44 cents, 66 cents. That's like reasonable plausibility. 80 cents is just above that, you know, within striking spitting distance of 66 cents. So it's within the realm of reality, but I don't think it's likely. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes sense. What about Kronos? Nobody's talking. Kronos is ripping. By the way, that's, you know, what's the market cap size of Kronos? Where's the market cap on Kronos? Number 20. What is that? Others? Like I promise you on everything, bro. I said we would wake up one day and we will just see a random coin up 20, 50%, 100%. Like the signs are everywhere. I don't want to FOMO people. I don't want to unnecessarily like just be a moon boy. But my God, bro. Like I've charted this out for months, years. Same thing. Kronos, deep in Wyckoff accumulation. What are we doing? By the way, same thing. Rejection off the 618, 702, 618. That is the same structural point. Back test of the prior range. And bam. Come on now. Price discovery. That's insane how strong that is. Price discovery on the micro, excuse me. This is still, you know, we're probably going to go. Listen, I would not be shocked by September if Kronos is in the retracement zone. 49 cents. That's a clean breakout right there. Now, it's probably hot in the micro, I imagine, a little bit. Sailor strategy failing might affect Bitcoin that much. Sure. Sure. Should I put my life savings into Solnic? No. Do not invest anything you're not comfortable holding on to. I mean, Solnic's my number one 100x play, but, you know, I think the worst thing that's, you know, getting overexposed is not a good idea, even if it's my number one 100x play. You know what I mean? But man, this is a beautiful looking chart. This is my favorite setup. But my God, guys. How many times have we talked about this chart right here? How many times have we talked about this chart? How many times have we talked about this chart right here? Who remembers the Wyckoff lessons on sign of strength, backtest, reaccumulation, move higher than the sign of strength, backtest, reaccumulation, breakout? How many times have we talked about this chart? I've talked about this chart right here 76 times. I know it. 76 sounds like I'm exaggerating. I am not exaggerating. I am not exaggerating. Verily, verily, I say unto you, I have showed this chart on my channel 76 times. Here we go. What I have right here, SOS, move higher, reaccumulation. I don't even have it pulled up and I have it marked out. Come on now. Come on now. All right, we'll do it one more time. Do you need to be a charting nerd like me to think that this is a... Let's delete this. Let's clean this up. I don't even want to show you the Fibonacci's. We're just going to show you structure. Like, do you need to be a nerd like me to see this? No, you don't. You do not need to be a nerd like me to see this. I'm just going to leave this here. We're just going to sit for a second. I have talked about this 76 times. It's almost like it's doing the thing that I said it would do 76 times. Come on now. It sounds like I'm irritated. I am pumped, y'all. I am pumped. I'm pumped. I'm not irritated. I am pumped. I'm jacked to the tits. All right. Let's do it. For those that can't see it, let's do it. Can you see it now? How about now? Can you hear me now? Do we see it? All right, let's do it. 78 times. On the top. So, somebody, listen, I have $20 of Solnic for the first person that finds me the last time that I did this little seminar and sends it to me pre-breakout. Whoever sends me that, a screen recording of the last time I did this little lesson, turn your page to turn your text to page 36. This is going on your report card. $20 in Solnic for the person that sends me a screen recording of that, because I'm gonna brag. All right, y'all think I'm humble. I present myself that way. I'm really not. I'm working on it. All right, on the top is Kronos. On the bottom, this is from 2021 through present day. On the bottom is Bitcoin from 2013 through 2017. Now, what do we have? Parabolic rise, distribution, markdown. What is the markdown, ladies and gentlemen? The markdown is what we call the bear market. This is the markdown, okay? Listen, this is a master class. Do you understand? Take your daggone notebook out. Your handy dandy notebook. All right. This is Wyckoff accumulation from Richard D. Wyckoff. Check it out. I did not make Wyckoff. I did not make this. Shout out to the GOAT. Richard D. Wyckoff, the GOAT. Do you see that this is black and white? You know why this is black and white? He made this 100 years ago, and it still works to this day. And do you know why it works to this day? Because he had the fundamental understanding from the beginning. Right? You might say, Ski, markets are manipulated. I agree. That's why I like Wyckoff. Because Wyckoff, Richard D. Wyckoff, the GOAT of trading, made this method of analyzing the market with the fundamental realization that stock prices, because crypto didn't exist 100 years ago, newsflash, trends were driven primarily by institutional and other large operators who manipulated stock prices in their favor. The game was rigged from the start, and Richard D. Wyckoff, the GOAT, made a way of analyzing the market, understanding there is predator, there is prey, there is hammers, there is nails. That is it. If you think that that's not what it is, you're living in a fantasy land. Okay? If you think for a second you're gonna trade the news, you're gonna read the articles from the journalists, and you're gonna get an edge on BlackRock, it's not happening. You know who hired the journalists who are writing these stories? BlackRock. The institutions, the apex predators. You're not beating them at their game. Okay? All right. So, mark down. Wyckoff accumulation. You have your selling climax, your automatic rally, your secondary test, and phase B. This is a bottoming structure. How was I able on April 7th? Whoops. How was I on April 7th, 2025? Look, we were just talking about this. April 7th, 2025. Bitcoin was at 75K. Bottoms in, boys. I'll shave my beard if we don't go to 118 first. April 7th. Do you understand the world was on fire April 7th? Am I a master ninja? No. Okay. All right. Accumulation, selling climax, secondary test, and phase B. Sign of strength, sign of strength. The sign of strength does what? It marks firmly the bottom is in, son. Back test of the prior range. Back test of the prior range. Back test of the prior range. Reaccumulate. Move higher than the sign of strength. Move higher than the sign of strength. Back test again. Back test again. Cha-cha real smooth now. Cha-cha again. Reaccumulation. Reaccumulation. And then you start trading. You start grueling your way higher. 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 And then what happens? Then what happens, ladies and gentlemen? You go into what is called in Wyckoff. This is a masterclass. Come on, man. The markup. The beautiful, spectacular, splendid markup. What is the markup? The markup's the bull run, baby. That's what we're here for. Who's here for the bear market? Not me. The bull run, baby. What does it look like? Boom. 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 It's still going, baby. It's still going. It's still going. The CD is skipping. It's still going. That's the markup. I said this 76 times. Come on now. By the way, who was asking me about Solnick? Just for funsies, let's pull up Solnick. Y'all think I'm playing? Y'all think I'm playing, bro? If Solnick was my mortal enemy. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Markup, distribution, markdown, reaccumulation, selling climax, automatic reaction, secondary test in phase B, move up higher, LPS. What's the LPS? LPS, baby. What is the LPS? The sweet, beautiful LPS. What is that? That's phase C. What is phase C? That's the end of the downside. And then the next thing is the sign of strength, just like basically Solnick is somewhere in here. The next thing is the sign of strength, which is going to take it to about 8 million. Back test, reaccumulate, move higher, reaccumulate, sweet, beautiful markup. Now, the great thing is it's much more on a condensed time frame, where this was, you know, from 2022 all the way, the sign of strength was 2024. This is already like deep in Wyckoff, and it's been a few months. Come on now.
But Ski, it doesn't work on meme coins.
Okay. All right. Let's read some of the comments. What do y'all haters have to say for yourselves? A hater can't win and a winner can't hate. You hear me? What do y'all haters have to say? A hater can't win nothing and a winner can't hate nothing. You hear me? I don't hate nothing because I'm a winner, baby. All right. 88 over $1. It's over $1. It's like right there now. Sure. Man, I missed a bunch of comments. All right. ETH all-time high, 7,200. That's my target. Subski, Bitcoin. We already talked about that. What do you think Quant will go to? 300, 700, 1,300. You should care about Bitcoin. What are you on? Bro, I've been doing this a long time. I've only cared about Bitcoin, but I understand how the cycle's going. I understand. I've only cared about Bitcoin since $16,000 when I was publicly with video evidence saying I am buying, I am doing, every dollar that I have is going into Bitcoin. At $16,000 video evidence publicly. And then what did I have at those targets? $118,000. Maybe it goes to 207. Sure, I don't care. Because like today, this week, Kronos, for an example, has done what Bitcoin might do for the rest of 2025. This week. That's what Kronos did.
You should care about Bitcoin.
I don't, because I've charted Bitcoin for tens of thousands of hours. And I have arrived at this conclusion today. Here we are. 118, that was my target. It is irrelevant what Bitcoin does other than going into a bear market. Hi from Scotland. What is up? You think XRP has room to run here? Yeah. Where's ETH headed? ETH's headed to an all-time high. That's the next thing for Ethereum. Where do you see Link? My targets for Link are 38, 78, 178. What do you mean by crash in September? A higher low. That's what I mean. Thoughts on LCX? I like LCX. LCX is probably top 3 medium cap for me. $1.11. That's my target. You had HODL long-term sell parabolic stage. Absolutely. Could September be a bullish month? It could be. Like, listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. My prediction is Ethereum, we'll say, is going to make an all-time high and then back test in September. It's probably going to be a 10-20% correction. That's my prediction. There's a lot of people bearish for September. It very well could be bullish. It very well could be. Right? What do the market makers like to do? They like to do whatever we least expect. So you're saying we should 100x long? No. Never. Link prediction 38.78, 178. Price targets for H bar 66 cents, 88 cents, $1.11. This chat is wild. The nervous energy is insane. Yep. People don't have perspective because they haven't been in this game long enough. Black Swan event. Okay. All right, listen. I've talked about, you know what else I've talked about 78 times? Black Swans. Here's when you never... Here are times you never... I'm going to tell you the 2 times you never hear about a black swan and the times when you do hear about black swans. Okay? You ready? I've been in this game for a decade. You never hear about a black swan before a black swan happens. Never. You do not hear about a black swan before a black swan happens. Never. You only hear about a black swan. The only time you hear about a black swan is 2 times. One, after it has already taken place. And most commonly, when bears are wrecked to the tits, they have no fundamental reason. They have no practical reason. They have no technical reason that their trades are going to turn around. They are wrecked and they are praying, please, something catastrophic needs to take place so I can be in profit again. Oh dear black swan. That's when you hear about black swans. From bears that are wrecked. When we have reversed, we have clearly reversed, and we are clearly going up. That's when you hear about black swans from bears. From people that sold their crypto, they sold their stocks because they thought they were going to outsmart things. That's when you hear about black swans. You don't hear about black swans from before a black swan. Guess what? If you hear about a black swan, there's no black swan. You know when you hear about a black swan? Never before it happens. Never. Not even from me are you going to hear about a black swan. I don't even say a black swan because it's nonsense. I'm never going to be able to predict a black swan because by very definition, it's a unforeseen event that no one, not some people, not your favorite content creator, not your favorite bear, no one, not Jim Cramer, not your mom, not your cousin, no one could have predicted. I'm on one tonight, y'all. V-Chain, do you think it'll all-time high again? Yes, I do. People are so funny. You've been spot on this cycle. You've been doing it a while. This ain't my first rodeo. Crypto Glenn says, what's worse is the actual start of World War III. Guess what? We got bigger issues You know how World War III is going to be fought? Not with guns. Listen, here's the deal. Again. Verily, verily, I say unto you, there is nothing in the world that matters for the price of Bitcoin that can get us there. Do you know why? If World War III actually starts, guess what? We're not worried about the price of Bitcoin. Sorry. Life's over. I don't care about the price of Bitcoin if World War III actually starts. I don't care. But Ski, what if all of the electricity on the world goes out because of a solar flare? I don't care about the price of Bitcoin if I don't have electricity. I have bigger fish to fry. Like, this is the crazy thing that people's anxiety does. Oh, man. La 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 la. When do you see Sonic hitting this cycle? No one had Chronos popping off, bro, on my Crypto Glen. I've talked about it 76 times. I'm gonna tag you, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. You're not going to come in here and disrespect me like that. That's crazy talk. I've talked about it 76 times. Did I have it popping off this week? No. That's crazy talk. I've talked about that exact same structure at least 100 times. Do you know why I've talked about this structure 100 times? Because I am the Wyckoff guy. That's my area of expertise. That's what I see again and again and again. If you don't understand TA, you don't understand Wyckoff, that's okay. It's not for you. But don't come in here all up in the Kool-Aid. You got the wrong flavor. That's crazy talk. I could give you 10 examples when I talked about Chronos popping off. You're not going to disrespect me. That's crazy talk. A hater can't win and a winner can't hate. A hater cannot win and a winner cannot hate. My man's up in my chat talking out nonsense as if I didn't say it 100 times. A winner can't hate. A hater can't win. Imagine going into another content creator and spewing lies and hates. Imagine. Couldn't be me. You know why? Because a winner can't hate and a hater can't win. Like, did I have Bitcoin? Did I have all that stuff before we started? Crazy talk. Crazy talk. Bro, wasn't you like bearish like a month ago? Like, come on, bro. Wasn't you bearish when Ethereum was at 2,500? Like, come on, bro. I got receipts, bro. Don't try me. I have receipts. Like, what are we talking? Like, did I not show this? Do you think I photoshopped April 7th? Like, what are we talking about here? Come on, bro. A hater can't win and a winner can't hate. Wasn't Crow on the Wyckoff ski list? Yes. Literally has been on the Wyckoff ski list since 2024. A hater can't win and a winner can't hate. Proof is the beard. Literally, look at this. Do you understand? Can you guys see this? What does this say right here? Wyckoff ski list. Crow is on here. Like, whoa. Bro. You have to be trolling. All right. Zen Master Ski. You think Solnic's going to 100x from current prices or April lows? It doesn't matter. It's potato. April lows is literally the same price. Solnic didn't even make a new low in April. Sure. April lows. Roberto says, I'm at total peace right now, knowing I've been accumulating since 2022 and buying every dip. Let's go. Chrono seems like the black swan coming. Yeah, bro, like I've never been so baffled at... I don't know if bro is trolling or he's just a moron. Like, that's insane. Say, I haven't talked about Crow. Like, I'm about to do a daggone compilation of me talking about Chronos. That's insane. Like, I have a compilation. I can make a compilation of me talking about Chronos. That's insane. Oh my god. Solnic loves his price range that's in. That's Wyckoff accumulation. Right? That's what every coin does this. Chronos did this. This is where Solnic is. It's in accumulation. In my opinion, it's in phase C of accumulation. Is it too late to jump in the Crow? Listen, I don't chase green candles. There's a lot of... I have a whole list of coins that have the exact same setup that haven't done that move. That I've been talking about since 2024. Longer than that, but like, you know, I was banging the table for Chronos in 2024. A little bit early. VeChain. Yeah, VeChain. Look, okay, there you go. Okay. Here we go. On my mother. On my mother. Before, listen, I don't know if Crypto Glenn is still in here. We're going to do another example just for you, boo-boo. Because I don't know if you're ignorant or if you're trolling. We'll do VeChain. I'm calling VeChain right now, today. August 27th, 2025. Guess what? VeChain has the same setup as Chronos does. Do you know how I know this? Because I've charted it 76 times. More than that, I've talked about it. Look, I already have the move higher. Look at this. Do you understand? I do this. Nobody had Chronos. Not you. You didn't have Chronos. You didn't have Chronos. I do this. I have receipts. I have a stack of receipts this high. So there you go. Am I saying that VeChain is going to do it tomorrow? Next week? I don't know about that. But the next phase, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to go higher than the move higher, just like Chronos is right now. I do this. August 27th, 2025. I am telling you right now on my mama. VeChain has the same setup that I previously called with Kronos. Kronos is already starting to mark up. I do this. The next thing for VeChain, not today, not tomorrow, not next week, the next phase of the structure of Wyckoff is the markup. Like, you don't need to be a nerd like me to see this. Nah, bro. A hater can't win and a winner can't hate. Listen, I don't do this. I don't give people my energy, but like, my God, bro, I have so many receipts. You're not just gonna come in here and do zero research. Insane. Clip it. All right. Boom. I think we clipped it. ADA has the same, bro. Oh my God. ADA, like how many, I get bored by doing this, honestly. I'm going to just be 100% with you. I get bored by doing this. Guess what? ADA has the same setup. You know what has been on my top value plays for a while now? At like 50 cents. Oh, what do we have here? Oh. Wait, let's go to the price. The price should have sign of strength. Oh, what do we have? What do we have? I do this, bro. I've been talking about ADA for months. I've been talking for years. Nobody had Kronos on there. Nobody had Kronos on their bingo card. I didn't have Kronos because I suck at TA. So that means nobody can have it. It's like that guy at the gym. It's like the guy at the gym. Like if I bench 315, I do, by the way. I bench 315. That's like me saying like to the guy that benches 405, like steroids. Am I right? He can't be stronger than me. Yes, ADA has the same setup as Kronos. Like everything on the Wyckoff list, all my top value plays have the exact same setup. I've been so focused on Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin, I didn't even notice that this was what I've been talking about for literally months is finally taking place. Where's the list? What's the list, Dano? Dano has the list. By the way, I just asked Dano for the list. Do you know how Dano has the list? Did I like just text Dano? Dano has the list because I've said it 7,682 different times. In the next 30 seconds to the next 5 minutes, Dano is going to paste the list in the chat. I did not text Dano. My hands are here. You know why he has the list? Because I've said it 7,827 times. Nobody had Kronos. Steroids. He benches more than me. Steroids. Rose is on the list, bro. Rose has the same setup. You guys are hilarious. I haven't asked him for it for a while. All right. What do you think about WILFI? I don't. Dano is driving. Is he? All right. Dano's the GOAT. He wasn't ready. All right. Let's look at this one. Dano's redacting the list. You could go back to just go back to a live stream like 6 months ago. I promise you, Dano's saying it 76 times. By the way, just do that. Go back to all my live streams are on the thing that starts with a Y and is red that I can't say on TikTok. They're all there. They're all public. I promise you, Dano answered that. He put it in the chat 76 times. WLFI. Like I have, like all of my stuff is on video forever. Boom, there you go. Here's the list. Solnic, HNT, Rose, ICP, Shiba, Dent, VeChain, Naka, IOTA, Flux, Theta, Krill, Suki, Raven, Dynex, Dot, LCX, Sauce, Hihi, Crow. This is in order. Phantom, 1, XYO, ADA, Link, XNO, Fat Cat, AR. Sorry, Dana was driving. How did Rose C know that Dano was driving? What's going on, Dano? There you go. That's the list. That list has been published 8,000 times. Thoughts on IRS wanting filing per wallet? It makes sense to me. I just got your text. I don't have Dano's number. That's not financial advice. That's just my structural list that I think is doing the same thing. Yeah, it makes sense, John. I mean, Uncle Sam's going to get his. You know, this idea that we're not going to pay taxes. The only way you're not going to pay taxes is by not selling. That's it. NXRA get taken off? No. 49 cents is my first target, J. 69 cents, and then 222. Um, 180, 240, 320 for AVAX. Nope. It's not in order. It's not in alphabetical order. It's not in confidence order. It's just a list of coins that I have spotted. Like, I promise you, you could go back. Let's for fun. I don't want to do this right this second. I'm going to go back to like 2023. Maybe 2024 early. I promise you it was the same list. I promise. This idea that I didn't have Chronos on my bingo card is insane. Brother, there's not enough chart data for this. I just gave my AVAX targets like literally 2 seconds ago. Yeah, insane. Insane work. Like, I implore you, if you think for a second that old buddy had a glimmer of hope, and you want him to be right. I want you to go to this place. Maybe not TikTok. I'm not telling anyone to go here, actually. Okay? No, don't go here for sure. And then don't go to my live streams. And then don't go back. I don't know. Let's pick a date when I know. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. When should you not go back to? How about, was this the election? There you go. Don't go to this one right here and see if I was talking about Crow. Don't go there. Or right here. See if I was talking about Crow. No, don't do that. All right, TikTok, I'm telling them not to go there and see if I have receipts. I'm telling them not to, TikTok. All right, I'm telling them that I'm to not go here and to not check and see if Chrono was on my bingo card. Don't do it. The perfect storm. That's a weird thumbnail. Interesting. Interesting thumbnail. Man. Matter of fact, bro, I know for a fact I talked about Chronos in one of my videos. For fun, you know what? F that. I'm not playing no games. I'm gonna find Chronos. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna take ICP for more guaranteed ROI, and I'm gonna take Crow for more upside potential. Interesting. I didn't have Chronos on my bingo card. That's weird. I know for a fact I have this exact same thing. Chronos, you want it. Chronos, you want it. You're gonna get it. Now, Chronos is probably my favorite centralized exchange as far as an investment into their coin. Current price of 13.07 cents. And the market cap as of the time of recording is 3. You have your selling climax, your automatic rally, your sign of strength, your back test of the prior range. The next phase is your mark up, which is what we call the bull run. Hold up now. Hold up. I'm a little bit confused here. Did I post this while I was live? Hold up. Let's go back. One more time. Look at the chart. Get my man Glenn back in here. You're part of the club. But what's my price prediction for Chronos? Well, taking a look at the chart, macro Wyckoff accumulation. This is what measures the bottom. Hold up. What was the thing that we were talking about? Oh, right. Wyckoff accumulation. That's interesting. When the hell is this date? I know. I have a man bun. I've only worn a ponytail for like at least 5 months. Let's see the comments. When is this? 6 months ago. In my opinion, you have your selling climax, your automatic rally, your sign of strength, your back test of the prior range. The next phase is your mark up, which is what we call the bull run. By the end of 2025, I think at a minimum, it's going to go to 69 cents. This is the retracement. The price discovery target is about $1. And if it wants to go absolutely parabolic in 2025, my price prediction is, follow me for more, you savages. Nah, you don't get it. I have receipts, bro. Like the dumbest comment I've ever seen in my entire live stream. If you're following, listen, a hater don't win. And a winner don't hate. But just know that that's what bro said in my live stream. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know about bro. All right? Beware of these creators. All right, guys. That's going to be it for this time. I'm pumped. Jack to the tits. I need to clip that, actually. All right. That's going to be it for this time, guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. I will never message you first. If you need help setting up a entry strategy or an exit strategy on your portfolio, getting a one-on-one consultation with me, lifetime access to my portfolio, to my group, anytime I long, buy, sell, trade, anything like that, hit me in the DMs for that. I will never, ever message you first. Those are scammers. Do not get scammed. I'm not going to message you and ask you, how is your trading going? I promise you, I will not. I have 77 missed text messages. I have 281 missed calls. I'm not messaging you first. Okay? I have too much stuff going on. Love you, but I'm not going to message you first. If you message me, I will message you back. I will try to. That's going to be it for this time. Peace, love, prosperity. God first, God bless.